Nature looks calm from the outside. Trees standing still, animals moving quietly, the wind passing without sound. But beneath that calm surface, nature is hiding secrets that are powerful, strange, and sometimes terrifying. Secrets that scientists are still trying to understand. Today, we are not just looking at animals. We are uncovering the hidden rules that control life on this planet. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more unbelievable it becomes. Nature does not speak with words, it speaks with patterns. Everything in nature follows invisible rules. Rules that decide who survives, who disappears, and who adapts. Let's begin with one of the biggest secrets of nature: balance. Nature is always trying to balance itself. When one species grows too strong, nature responds. When one species disappears, everything else changes. In some forests, when large predators were removed, the entire ecosystem collapsed. Animals overpopulated, plants disappeared, rivers changed shape. When predators returned, balance returned with them. Nature does not choose good or evil, it chooses balance. Now let's talk about communication. Nature is always communicating. Trees, for example, are not silent. Underground, their roots are connected by networks of fungi. Through these networks, trees send chemical signals. A tree under attack by insects can warn nearby trees. Those trees respond by producing chemicals to protect themselves. This is not random. This is a system. Some scientists call it the forest internet. Now think about that, a forest that talks to itself. Nature also remembers. Some animals remember migration routes that are thousands of years old. Even when landscapes change, even when humans build cities, animals still follow invisible paths. These paths are written into their instincts. Nature carries memory across generations. Let's go deeper. Some places on Earth seem almost alive themselves. Deserts that bloom overnight, lakes that suddenly turn red, forests that grow in perfect circles. In Africa, there are mysterious circular patches of land where nothing grows. Scientists call them fairy circles. No one fully agrees on how they are formed. Some believe insects create them. Others believe plants compete underground. Nature does not always give us answers. Sometimes it keeps its secrets. Now let's talk about timing. Nature has perfect timing. Flowers open at specific hours. Animals wake up at exact moments. Entire ecosystems move like clocks. Some flowers bloom only at night. Some insects appear only for a few hours each year. Miss that moment, and the opportunity is gone. Nature waits patiently. Now think about survival. Some animals survive by doing absolutely nothing. They slow their heart, they stop moving, they almost disappear. This is called suspended life. In extreme conditions, life does not fight, it waits. Nature understands patience better than anything else. Now let's talk about cooperation. Nature is full of partnerships. Some animals survive only because of others. Small fish clean the teeth of large predators. Birds warn animals of danger. Insects pollinate plants that feed entire ecosystems. If one partner disappears, the other often follows. Nature is not built on isolation, it is built on connection. Now let's move to one of nature's most dangerous secrets: adaptation. Nature does not care about strength, it cares about flexibility. The animals that survive are not always the strongest. They are the ones that change. When environments shift, nature experiments. Some species adapt, others fail. There is no emotion in this process, only result. Now let's talk about fear. Fear exists for a reason. In nature, fear saves lives. Animals that lose fear do not survive long. Fear sharpens senses. Fear creates caution. Fear creates survival. Nature designed fear as a tool, not a weakness. Now let's talk about silence. Some of the most important moments in nature happen quietly. A predator waiting, a seed growing underground, an animal listening. Silence is information. In nature, noise often means danger. Quiet means focus. Now let's touch something even deeper. Nature does not waste. Every dead body feeds something. Every fallen tree becomes a home. Every ending creates a beginning. Nothing is truly lost. Nature recycles everything. Life feeds life. Death feeds life. This cycle never stops. Now think about humans. Humans are part of nature, but we often forget that. We try to control nature, to bend it, to speed it up. But nature always responds. Floods, droughts, storms. Not as punishment, as correction. Nature does not take revenge, it restores balance. As we uncover these secrets, one truth becomes clear. Nature is not gentle, but it is fair. It does not care who you are, it cares how you fit into the system. In the next part, we will explore places on Earth where nature behaves in ways that feel almost unreal. Places where life breaks the rules. And once you see them, you will never look at this planet the same way again. There are places on Earth where nature feels unreal. Places where life should not exist, yet it does. These places challenge everything we think we know about survival. Deep in the ocean, far from sunlight, there are ecosystems built on darkness. No plants, no photosynthesis. Instead, life feeds on heat and chemicals released from the Earth itself. These are hydrothermal vents. Around them, giant worms grow without mouths. Crabs live without light. Bacteria turn poison into energy. Life does not need sunlight. It only needs opportunity. Now let's move to the cold. In Antarctica, life survives in ice older than civilization. Some microorganisms remain frozen for thousands of years. When ice melts, they wake up, alive. Nature can pause life and restart it when conditions return. This is not science fiction, this is biology. Now let's talk about rain. Rain does more than feed plants. In some forests, rain controls behavior. Animals wait for rain to hunt, to mate, to migrate. Insects emerge only after storms. Frogs appear overnight. Entire ecosystems activate at once. Nature uses water as a signal. Now think about fire. Fire destroys, but fire also creates. Some plants need fire to release their seeds. Without fire, those forests cannot reproduce. After flames pass, new life grows stronger. Nature does not fear destruction, it uses it. Now let's talk about animals that control their environment. Beavers build dams that change rivers. Corals build reefs that protect coastlines. These animals are engineers. Without them, entire ecosystems collapse. Nature builds through living creatures. Now let's go underground. Below the soil, life is more active than on the surface. Millions of organisms break down matter, share nutrients, control plant growth. Soil is alive. Destroy the soil and everything above it suffers. Now let's talk about migration. Some animals travel distances that seem impossible. Birds cross oceans without stopping. Whales navigate entire seas. Butterflies return to places they have never seen before. They use the stars, the sun, the Earth's magnetic field. Nature gave them internal maps, maps humans still struggle to understand. Now think about color. Color in nature is not decoration, it is information. Bright colors warn predators. Patterns confuse attackers. Camouflage hides movement. Some animals change color instantly. They read their environment and respond in real time. Nature is always watching itself. Now let's talk about sound. Sound travels differently in nature. Low-frequency sounds can cross entire continents. Elephants communicate over long distances through vibrations in the ground. Whales sing songs that travel through oceans. Nature uses sound to connect life across space. Now let's talk about time. Nature does not rush. Some trees grow slowly for thousands of years. Some animals reproduce only once in their lifetime. Nature plays the long game. It values endurance over speed. Now let's face something uncomfortable. Nature is not designed for comfort. Cold, hunger, pain, these are not mistakes, they are filters. Only what can handle them continues. Now let's talk about intelligence. Intelligence in nature does not always look like thinking. Plants react. Insects calculate risk. Animals make decisions. Intelligence appears in many forms. Nature rewards awareness. Now think about patterns. Spirals, waves, fractals. The same patterns appear in shells, storms, and galaxies. Nature repeats itself. It follows mathematical rules that exist everywhere. This is not coincidence. This is structure. Now let's slow down. Sometimes, the biggest secret of nature is speed. Life moves fast when it needs to. Predators strike in milliseconds. Plants grow inches overnight. Change happens instantly. Nature can be patient or explosive. It chooses what fits the moment. As we move forward, one thing becomes clear. Nature is not chaos. It is controlled complexity. Every action creates a reaction. Every change ripples outward. In the next part, we will explore the darkest secrets of nature, the moments when survival comes at a terrible cost, and when nature shows its most ruthless side. Nature can be beautiful, but it can also be cruel. Survival in nature often comes with a price. Sometimes, that price is pain. In the wild, weakness is dangerous. Injured animals rarely survive. There is no mercy, no second chances. Nature does not punish, it selects. Now let's talk about sacrifice. Some animals are born only to feed others. Their entire purpose is to be eaten. This may sound brutal, but without them, life would collapse. Nature is built on loss. Now think about reproduction. In nature, reproduction is not gentle. Some animals fight to the death for the right to mate. Others die after reproduction is complete. Life continues, but the individual does not. Nature values continuation over survival of the self. Now let's talk about parasites. Parasites control minds. Some parasites change the behavior of their hosts. They force animals to take risks, to move into danger, to expose themselves. The parasite survives. The host often does not. Nature allows this, because balance is more important than fairness. Now let's talk about cannibalism. In some species, eating your own kind is normal. It reduces competition. It strengthens survivors. Nature does not judge, it calculates. Now let's talk about hunger. Hunger shapes behavior. Animals take risks only when hunger forces them. Predators fail more often than they succeed. Most hunts end in failure. But one success can mean survival for days. Nature teaches efficiency through failure. Now let's talk about fear again. Fear controls ecosystems. When predators are present, prey behave differently. They move less, they eat less, they stay alert. This fear changes landscapes. Plants recover, rivers stabilize. Fear in nature is a form of control. Now let's talk about extinction. Species disappear all the time. Some vanish quietly, others leave gaps that change everything. Nature recovers, but never the same way. Extinction is permanent. Nature remembers absence. Now let's talk about competition. Competition is constant. Space, food, shelter, everything is contested. Some species win by fighting. Others win by avoiding conflict. Nature offers many strategies. Only one must work. Now let's talk about darkness. Most life on Earth exists in darkness. Deep oceans, underground, nighttime. Vision is not always useful. Other senses take control. Smell, vibration, pressure. Nature adapts perception to environment. Now think about isolation. Some animals live alone their entire lives. No families, no groups. Others cannot survive alone. Both strategies work. Nature allows diversity of survival. Now let's talk about limits. Every environment has limits. Too many animals and resources vanish. Nature responds with disease, predation, or collapse. This is regulation, not cruelty. Now let's talk about endings. In nature, there is no retirement. When an animal can no longer hunt, it becomes prey. The cycle continues. Nature does not stop. Now step back and look at the whole picture. This system has worked for millions of years, not because it is kind, but because it is effective. Nature does not promise happiness, it promises continuity. In the next part, we will explore the quiet secrets of nature, the subtle systems that most people never notice, the hidden forces that shape life without noise or drama. Most of nature's power works quietly. No explosions, no drama, just constant influence. Let's talk about small things. In nature, small things control big systems. Tiny insects decide which plants survive. Microorganisms control soil health. Bacteria control digestion. Fungi control forests. Remove the small, and the large collapses. Now let's talk about energy. Energy moves through nature in invisible paths. Plants capture energy from light. Animals move that energy. Decomposers return it to the system. Nothing is created. Nothing is lost. Energy only changes form. Now let's talk about boundaries. Nature is full of borders. Forest meets desert. Land meets ocean. Freshwater meets salt. At these borders, life is richest. These are the most productive places on Earth. Nature thrives at the edge. Now think about pressure. Pressure shapes behavior. High pressure forces animals to adapt quickly. Low pressure allows specialization. Both create survival. Nature adjusts difficulty to shape life. Now let's talk about cycles. Day and night, seasons, tides. Life is synchronized. When cycles break, confusion follows. Animals lose timing. Plants miss signals. Nature depends on rhythm. Now let's talk about chemicals. Nature communicates with chemistry. Scents mark territory. Hormones control growth. Toxins defend life. Some animals carry poison without harm. Others borrow toxins from what they eat. Nature weaponizes chemistry. Now let's talk about learning. Animals learn. They remember danger. They recognize individuals. They change behavior. Learning is not limited to humans. Nature supports intelligence when it increases survival. Now let's talk about cooperation again. Some relationships are so close they look like one organism. Lichen is fungus and algae living as one. Coral is animal and algae sharing life. Without cooperation, they die. Nature rewards partnership. Now let's talk about recovery. Nature heals slowly. After disasters, life returns. Not the same life, but adapted life. Recovery is transformation. Now let's talk about invisibility. Many of nature's most important players are never seen. Worms, bacteria, fungi. They shape the world quietly. Ignoring them breaks systems. Now let's slow down even more. Nature values observation. Animals watch. They listen. They wait. Quick reactions are rare. Careful timing is everything. Now let's talk about stability. Nature seeks stability, not perfection. Imperfect systems that last are better than perfect systems that fail. Nature tolerates flaws if they survive. Now look at the bigger truth. Nature is not a collection of animals. It is a living network. Remove one thread and others tighten. Remove too many and the net breaks. In the final part, we will step back and look at nature as a whole, what it teaches, what it demands, and what happens when humans forget they are part of it. When we look at nature as a whole, one truth becomes clear. Nothing exists alone. Every animal, every plant, every microorganism is connected. Nature is not a background. It is the system that supports life. Humans often see themselves as separate, but nature does not agree. We breathe oxygen made by plants. We eat energy stored by sunlight. We depend on water that moves through natural cycles. There is no escape from nature. Now let's talk about control. Humans try to control nature with technology. We build, we cut, we change landscapes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Nature always responds. Not with anger, with adjustment. Floods follow lost wetlands. Heat follows lost forests. Silence follows extinction. These are not accidents, they are signals. Now let's talk about speed. Human change happens fast. Nature adapts slowly. When change moves too quickly, systems break. Animals cannot move fast enough. Plants cannot adjust in time. Balance disappears. Now let's talk about responsibility. Being part of nature means actions matter. Small actions scale up. Remove one species, remove one forest. Remove one river. The effect spreads. Nature remembers change. Now let's talk about resilience. Nature is strong. Given time, it recovers. But recovery does not mean return. Once something is gone, it does not come back. Nature moves forward, not backward. Now let's talk about respect. Nature does not need admiration. It needs understanding. Understanding limits, understanding balance, understanding connection. Those who understand nature work with it. Those who ignore it learn the hard way. Now slow down. Listen. Nature is always speaking. Through patterns, through change, through silence. The problem is not that nature is quiet. The problem is that humans are loud. If we listen, we learn. If we observe, we survive. Nature has survived everything so far. The real question is not whether nature will survive us. The question is whether we will survive our misunderstanding of nature. Remember this: we are not above nature. We are inside it. And once you see that, you will never look at this planet the same way again.